Absolutely.
What do you
Like this is one of the core concepts that comes out of the Mythical Man Month, which is one of the software delivery textbooks. It's a 40-year-old book.
mean?
And what it basically points out is that, see, software is fundamentally abstract. It exists in the minds of the team and it exists in how the customer experiences it. For example, when the Amazon delivery person comes and leaves a package, I'm experiencing the Amazon product, right? It's not just the code, right? It's the whole interlocking system, right? The performance reviews that happen at Amazon are part of the product because they directly impact the customer experience. It's all interconnected, right? Now, what happens in this situation is what is the product is hard to define. It is definitely not just the code. It is not the designs. It's not the PRD. It is not the stuff which is currently going around in emails between people coming up with a new idea. It is not the processes that are running in the call center. It's all of these, right? Now, what this means is our ability to discuss functionality is broken. You cannot capture the nuance and detail that exists when in reality, in verbal conversation or even written communication. The human mind can't do it. Right? So what this means is when you're building software, a ridiculous amount of time is spent agreeing on, is this what we want to build? Then, did we actually build what we wanted to build? This is a non-trivial question, right? This is not something where you can apply.
I'm trying to wrap my head around what you said, right? So is it a case of missing the forest for the trees? I mean, it's like, are you too close to something that you're doing right now that you can't sufficiently abstract and envision the whole experience?
Even if you do, the human mind does not have the processing power to grasp that detail, and human language does not have
all of those nuances, basically.
Yeah, and the human language does not have the unambiguous nature needed to describe everything, right? Like, what does this word mean? The meaning of the word will change the functionality, right? So what I'm trying to express over here is that the amount of alignment that is needed to ship software is outrageous.
It's crazy.
And it isn't a one-time alignment. It is a continuously ongoing alignment process. And this is an alignment process between everyone involved in delivery. If the designer thinks something different from what the engineer is thinking, boom. And it won't even manifest there. It will manifest downstream when the designer has created some wireframes and the engineer starts to spike it. Then the engineer will say these wireframes, the underlying functionality is just not possible because that library does not support it. Boom. Waste. Fully waste. Right? And this is normal. There's nothing wrong with this. This is how it works. But now you have an N by N communication matrix.
So on that point, right, I mean, just to pick up from a layman's perspective, right? So there are two schools of thought on this. One is that you independently create something, without constraints, right? And then you figure a way to get it done, right? So as a designer, you think about the best possible experience that, your customer has to experience, right? And then the engineer basically builds the infrastructure to it. You don't start with the constraints itself, saying that, hey, the engineer comes and says, hey, these are the libraries I know. This is the code I'm familiar with. Right. And this is what I want to do, or this much time I need.
So the thing is, irrespective of which of those two you pick, there is rework.
Yeah, of course.
Right. My point over here is really, I'm not saying that one is better, one is worse, or there is a third alternative. I'm saying that whatever you do, the delivery of software involves rework.
Yeah. Your point is that no one person can wrap their heads around the collective experience, basically.
Now, our job is to minimize the rework. But rework cannot be avoided. You cannot synchronize this many people on something abstract for which there is no visual physical representation to agree on. You cannot, right? I can write whatever I want on a whiteboard. I can create 20 documents. I can create 100 designs, and I still cannot capture what it feels like when that person comes to deliver the package. Right. So it is this gap which creates an ongoing process of rework, which is powered by an ongoing process of realignment. Now, this means that on an ongoing basis, there's an N by N conversation happening on a team. Has to.
Yeah.
Which means that the number of the communication channels will grow exponentially.
Correct.
So you add a person there, you didn't create a linear management overhead. You created a non-linear management overhead. Because there are very few other projects or endeavors that you get into that require an N by N communication matrix. This does.